Let love be the dream. Let your disciplehood be your life, your journey, your gratitude. And if the sky opens, very good. If it doesn't open, very good. Who wants to be awake and enlightened? I'd rather be sleeping under his door, at his feet, very peacefully. Thank you, Bhagwan. Thank you, Bhagwan. I get a good sleep. Why should I wake up to go and unnecessarily break down people's doors? He's done that job, let him do his breaking down of walls and doors. I simply sit where I am, and most people know that I'm an idiot. I love that title. It is my personal title. Nobody can take that title from me. Remember, I have trademarked it. Copyright, Rajneesh Swami. Pune Ashram people, trademarking, copywriting all the words. I am Swami Rajneesh the idiot. Utterly in love with his master. Trademark. Dissolved into your lotus feet, oh my beloved master. Trademark Rajneesh. And you can see that love has led me here. That love has made me the way I am. Today somebody saw me. She says, you look so beautiful. Your eyes look so beautiful. This is what reminded me tonight. I said, really? It must be my master working through my eyes. People have said, the moment you love someone, your face, your hands, your gestures, your movements, everything becomes like the other person. This is the miracle. I am waiting for it, he is waiting for it. So welcome. Slowly, slowly you will see. Maybe my beard will become white. I hope I don't lose my hair. You want the hair on or not?
Oh, yes, very good.
He says, I cannot think. Must be my stupidity. Perfect idiot sitting here. That is the reward. There's an idiot, no mind. I'm so mad, such a great idiot, that all thoughts simply disappear. You have some reasonable questions, you can ask a reasonable person. But here's a madman. You will look mad if you ask me a question. So people are afraid. This man is mad, don't ask him a mad question. Sannyasin is ultimately mad. So mad, utterly drunk with the divine, you cannot think there. All thoughts simply fail when you see a drunk, mad person. What can you say to the person? Nothing. He is so drunk. He is so mad. What to say? You just have to look at the mad person. Wait for the evening to be over so you can run away. Many people used to come to see me with questions. So I ask them, what happened to your question? They become afraid. Seeing the mad person, they think he is mad. What to ask him? They forget the question. Same thing, like you have a little trouble and misery, and you go with your misery to the market to tell somebody that, listen, I'm feeling great pain in my arm. And there you see a person who has no arm. And then you go with your little complaint that, listen, I have little pain in my arm to the doctor. And on the way you see one man without an arm, you run backwards. You forget your misery and run. Somebody is in greater misery here. How you can be miserable? All the thoughts simply evaporate. All the questions simply drop and one becomes silent. That is why sometimes it's good to go and see mad people. The moment you see a mad person like me, you lose all your questions. It happened in Russia many times. Many newcomers used to come to see me, the list of questions. And there we were really sitting with mad people. So I asked them any questions and So I asked, no questions, very surprising. Must have come with some question. So one person said, yes, I came with the questions, but I forgot them. So I said, be careful tomorrow. Go home. Write all the questions on a paper. Carry it with you. Bring it to the hall tomorrow, all your questions. Next day the person came again, all the questions written perfectly well. Came back. I said, now you look at the question. He looked at all the questions, look at me. This man is so mad. He threw his questions and I don't know. It's great to be a certified idiot. The moment you are a certified idiot, you have a simple job. You just go look idiotic, dance a little bit, and go home. What can you do with such a person? You also have to just simply get up, drop your question, start dancing a little bit, and go home. You can ask Atmo here. He has known me from Russia, went all over Russia. He's come to India, he's still wondering, what am I doing here? Always they're thinking, what am I doing here? Again the same old thing. And I traveled with him whole Russia. And then again whole Russia. And now again whole India. I don't know what's happening. Same mad person. Same madness, only gets up, dances, goes to sleep. Then he eats and goes to sleep. Have you received anything from me? So far? Nothing. I have nothing to give. Ask Urmila, have you got anything from me so far? I promise you nothing. He's given up. Slowly, slowly they give up. They just follow. What to do? Nothing to do. Just dance, sleep, eat. I've tried every way. I've tried being reasonable, tried to reason with people, tried to give them good rational explanation, what is happening with me. I gave up. I said, better don't try to explain how I became mad. How to explain to you how I became mad? How I fell in love with my master? How everything disappeared for me? I cannot explain. I give up explaining. So the only thing I do, get up, dance, and hope you get it. If you don't get first day, second day you come. That I didn't get anything from him. Maybe there's something I missed today. Next day again you come and you start dancing. Fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, then you give up dancing also. It's exactly like this when you go to a master. Masters are very clever. They give you the word enlightenment, nirvana, moksha, your Buddha nature, and you go searching Buddha nature, enlightenment, nirvana. First day you try hard, second day you try better, third day you try this, then you do that, then you do this, then you simply give up. Okay. Because by then you fall in love with the master, and who cares? Looking at him every day, you slowly fall in love with the master. And that was a trap. The master simply wants you to come just so you look at him eye to eye and something in the heart triggers. And then the unknown starts happening. And you don't know why, but mysteriously it pulls you again and again and again. It's nothing. Because he cannot say anything to you. If you cannot get it through love, through the silent radiation, through the dance, then words have no meaning. There are 600 books of Osho available today to the world at large. But have they felt his heart? Have they looked at his eyes? Have they sat with him? Have they breathed the same air? Do they know the infectious state of his bliss flowing all around? No, but the books are available. Anybody can read, and read quickly. He would speak one discourse 3 hours, 10 pages. You can read one book in 3 hours. Why waste 20 days sitting with him when you can read the whole book in one day? What is it that mystics offer that cannot be found in books? Silent vibe of the mystic.